I think we're live. Yeah.
Ah,
Testing 1 2. Breaker 19. Catch you on the bounce around.
3.1415925.
Something radio noises. Hello everyone. Welcome to United Astronomy Clubs of New Jersey. Welcome to Jenny Jump State Park. We're really happy to have you here, both our audience in person and our audience online. We're going to give people a couple of minutes to finish parking and get settled. And in that time, I want to thank everyone for joining us, and also including those on our YouTube and Twitch channels. That's right. If you ever can't make it here to Jenny Jump Observatory, you can watch us live on YouTube or Twitch, and you can ask questions in the chat instead of having me walk around and give you the microphone. So if you visit our website, it's uacnj.org. You can see our list of member clubs, because we are a club of clubs. We're an organization that is maintained by a consortium of local astronomy clubs in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania to maintain this observatory and provide public astronomy programs. So that I'm in the picture? Okay. I'm in the box.
Think inside the box.
Chris doesn't want me to score a gutter ball, because if you go past the line, that's a gutter ball. Sorry. There's a little bowling joke. Okay. So you can also find us on social media. We have a Facebook, Instagram, a Discord, which is a really great place if you want to share tips and tricks and talk to other astronomers and talk about the hobby, talk about your equipment, and compare notes, and also organize when you want to come up here and spend a night away from your loved ones under the stars. So just a reminder, we are a nonprofit. We have a Patreon if you want to support us. And we're also currently doing a special fundraiser for the new telescope that we are erecting, or the new observatory we are erecting for the Midkiff telescope. That is going to be a 25-inch telescope. It will be the largest telescope at Jenny Jump Observatory, which currently is a title held by the 20-inch Dobsonian that belongs to my club that I am the master of. So I will no longer be able to say that I have the keys to the largest telescope at the observatory. So please contribute to that fundraiser if you want me to no longer get to do that. But yeah, so just a few reminders now that most everyone is settled. So first of all, we are using our headlights in the state park. Yes, we know we're here to do astronomy. We want to keep people's night vision adjusted, but we also don't like getting run over, and we can't afford the insurance costs. Also, if you need light to see your way in the dark, that is perfectly acceptable, and we're okay with you using white lights, but please keep them pointed at the ground. We don't want you having a flashlight rave in the dark, though we know that a lot of people love to do that. So yeah, as long as the weather cooperates, we will have stargazing after the presentation. Currently, it does not look terribly cooperative, but we hold out hope. So telescopes will be open if weather allows. Please hold your questions until the end of the presentation during the Q&A session, where I'll walk around and hand people this microphone. With that, you aren't here to listen to me ramble, though many of you may have listened to me ramble in the past, as you normally know me as one of the speakers. Kim, who's our usual MC, was not available tonight, so I volunteered to do her job. But you are here to hear Lonny Buinis. So Lonny Buinis has been giving the What's Up talks since the Cretaceous period, when United Astronomy Clubs of New Jersey began. He holds degrees from Stevens Institute of Technology in Physics and Computer Science, and as it happens, I also hold the degree from Stevens Institute of Technology in Computer Science. But his arms got tired, so he learned how to make space art, 3D animation, and videos. Lonny is the only member of the International Association of Astronomical Artists to specialize in VR worlds. His current projects include expanding his space history ebook and putting his pants on 2 legs at a time. And the talk tonight is What's Up in the April Sky.
Thank you very much, Dan. Thanks, everybody. I'll be speaking quickly so we can all get warm later. If it weren't for people like Dan and Chris behind the scenes, this series would not be possible. So do consider visiting our museum and buying stuff and making donations. So we're looking at what's up when you look at the sky, the middle of the month, at a convenient time when it gets dark, about 9 o'clock. You would see Leo the lion, which looks like a backwards question mark. I don't know what that was. That was an alien. We have aliens. Backwards question mark and a triangle, and then to the right of Leo is the crab, which incredibly looks. It's amazing. Cancer the crab looks just like a crab. So let's take a look at some of what's up to see in April. Some of you may have watched the launch of the Artemis 2 lunar flyby several days ago. This is very exciting. First since 1972 that people are going back to the moon beyond low Earth orbit. And this is a brand new photograph taken by the Orion spacecraft. One of the members, one of the astronauts, Wiseman, taken April 2nd. You can see the entire one side of the Earth. On the upper right, the North Pole. On the lower left, the South Pole and to Africa. Incredible. Total lunar eclipse. Anybody see it? Recently, March 3rd, 5:30 in the morning. I don't know about you. I got up. Before that, 11 o'clock at night, everything was perfectly clear. I saw the moon. I thought, yay. Got up just before 6, and I saw this, just like this, clouds, completely overcast. I missed it, yeah. But if you want to learn more about the moon, go to moongiant.com, which I do not work for. I don't work for any of these websites that I will talk about. You can get the current phase. You can get a beautiful calendar like this. You can print it. You can customize it. You can show the phase names, all sorts of things you can do. And it shows you when's the best time and the worst time to see anything. Right now, coming up on the 3rd, I'm sorry, not coming up. Several days ago, the moon was full. That's an absolutely worst time to see faint objects at night because the moonlight gets in the way. Best time is when the moon is new. That'll be the 17th this month, so about the middle of the month. Why? Where is the moon when the moon is new? Oh, you didn't know that there were questions. Aha. Yeah, audience participation is not punished. The moon is new when it's in the daytime sky near the sun. So it's not interfering. That's the best time to see nebulae or nebulas. Ketchup, nebulae, nebulas. Take your pick. Those are clouds or clusters of stars, which go by the scientific name. You guessed it. Star clusters. Very good. If you want to see details on the moon, the last or first quarter is the best time. But if you want to do it at night, you're going to have to wait till the moon is in the southern sky at a convenient time, like 8 or 9 o'clock due south. That's first quarter moon later on this month. If you want to get up at 5 in the morning and look at the last quarter moon in the south with the sun coming up to the left or east, you could do that. That's Moon Giant. At starwalk.space, they talk about the names of the full moons every month, a different name. This month, the pink moon is one of the most popular names because the moon turns pink. No, because you go outside, it's cold, and you turn pink looking for the moon. No, no, that's when the pink flowers, the phlox, bloom. But there are other names. There are many names, as many as 20 Native American names depending on the tribe. Peony moon, grass moon, harvest moon, hunter's moon, all alternate names for this moon. What about constellations? What's a constellation? It's a con with stellar star. So it's a picture made with con stars. And the main sign of spring, if you forget everything else I tell you, try to remember each talk that I give each season of the year, there's one, just one constellation to remember. In winter, it was the hunter. Anybody? Hunter's name? Orion. Sagittarius is the archer in the summer. Orion's the hunter in the winter. Leo is the lion. And its abbreviation, do you know the constellations have three-letter abbreviations? This one, the name is the same as the abbreviation, Leo, Leo, lion. The planets, the sun and the moon, pass through this constellation, just like it does for another 12 constellations, making a total of 13. 13 signs of the zodiac, not 12. The Earth, since astrology got started, the Earth has wobbled. It's doing this wobble. Can you feel it? No, no, no. It takes 25,000 years for one wobble, but it has offset the constellations. So now we have 13 signs that the sun passes through, and the moon, and the major planets. So you want to look for the bright star Regulus at the lower right, and there's a nice orangey colored star which you can't see here. Algebra. It reminds me of an orange cat. So the stars actually have color to the naked eye in the real sky. Right next to Leo to the right or east, if you face south, which is that way at Jenny Jump, the east where the sun rises is to your left, sun sets to the right in the west. So if I'm facing and pretending that that's south, Cancer the crab is to the west or right of the lion. And it has in it, well, it's amazing how much it looks like a crab, right? No? Yes? You don't have to agree with everything I say. I'm testing you. I don't know, it doesn't look like a crab to me. But there is a nice cluster of stars that we call a star cluster. Wow, it's amazing. Amazing. Those scientists, they come up with these very difficult, weird names. Beehive star cluster is a beautiful open cluster of stars. Now, there's other kinds of clusters called globular because they're in the shape of a globe. But this one is an open cluster where the stars are all born together and they're kind of spread out. Our sun was part of a cluster, and you can see the other members of that cluster if you live in the southern hemisphere, where the other sun-like stars, the yellow stars, are more easily visible. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is very flat. It's like a dinner plate. And so when we're inside it, we see it as a kind of a bar going through the sky. This time of the year, oh, by the way, the Milky Way has been found to be bent, twisted. Relatively recent discovery. This time of the year is a very good one to look for other galaxies besides our Milky Way. Why? Because our Milky Way gets in the way of looking beyond it to other galaxies. It's loaded with dust and gas. So what you want to do is look away from the Milky Way, perpendicular. If the Milky Way is flat this way, perpendicular is 90 degrees away. And this time of the year, the Milky Way lies low, which means if you look up near the Big Dipper to the right, you will find constellations that are loaded with galaxies. By the way, how many stars are in the Big Dipper? Anybody ever count them? You can see them here. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the bowl, 5, 6, 7 in the handle. But if you have sharp eyesight, you can notice a double star in the bend of the handle. The bend star, this one, is a double star Mizar and Alcor. So there's actually 8 stars in the Big Dipper, which is not a constellation. Oh no! I hope I didn't shock anyone. It's actually part of the Great Bear. Looks just like a bear. It's amazing. Head on the left, claws up in the top there. This time of the year, the Big Dipper is upside down, spilling water or milk or whatever's in there. And we can imagine the Great Bear might look like this. Ursa Major, the bear large. You can get pictures like this in a free program called Stellarium. Stellarium, I'll mention it at the end. That's what I use to make these pictures. If you look down to the right of the Big Dipper, the hunting dogs and the hare of Bernice are 2 minor constellations that to me don't look anything like these pictures because they have only a few stars in there. How did they get Bernice's hare Coma Berenices out of those three stars. How did they get the hunting dogs, Canis venatici? I don't know. You'll have to ask our ancestors. But there they are. And if you look carefully amongst them, you'll find lots of galaxies, which you would need what to see? A microscope, a coffee maker, or a telescope? Which one? A, B, or C? C, telescope, not a coffee maker. In amongst the stars of Coma Berenices, by the arrow is where you're going to look for a galaxy, a famous galaxy that looks like somebody punched it and gave it a black eye. So its name is the Black Eye Galaxy. Very good. Its number is M, Messier number 64. Charles Messier was looking for comets over 100 years ago, and he made a list of all the annoying objects that were not a comet, including this one. They got in the way. Now, why do we remember Charles Messier? For all the stuff that he threw out. So it's like my mother always says, never throw anything away. Could be useful. M64, Black Eye Galaxy. In the evening, you'll also find some planets that look like bright stars that usually if they're high enough, they don't twinkle like a star. Venus is the bottom one, followed by Uranus, which you need a telescope to see, followed high up by Jupiter. And Jupiter is putting on a great display this spring. If you come here on a dark night, which we do every Saturday, open free to the public, where you can look through telescopes, you can see Jupiter up high. We'll show you what it looks like in close-up. If we look up fairly high, above Venus, yeah, the planet Uranus is the one in the middle, looks like a little tiny dot. If you want to find it, and you have a telescope, it's going to be near the Seven Sisters, the Pleiades, which is the symbol for Subaru, the car, right? And also near the V-shaped face of Taurus, the zodiac sign. What is Taurus? The bull. Very good. Thank you. So that's where you find the planet Uranus. Amongst the stars of the twins, bright stars Castor on the right, Pollux on the left, is the planet Jupiter. It's making the constellation Gemini look different. Jupiter is a planet, not a star, and in a small telescope it looks somewhat like this. And if you were looking at Jupiter 8:30 tonight, if the sky were clear, this is exactly what it would look like with the four big moons that were discovered by Galileo over 400 years ago. Io, Europa, Ganymede, Callisto. Io, the most volcanic moon in the solar system. Ganymede, the biggest in the solar system. And Europa, my favorite, which is the bright one closest to Jupiter, may have life inside it. Inside it. It's the smallest and brightest of the four moons. So if it's small, how could it be bright? What's on it? Something bright. Ice. It's covered in ice, but there is an ocean. We know of a deep ocean underneath, and that ocean has been warm for 4 billion years, and we know there's organic matter in Europa. So the Europa Clipper mission is on the way to visit Jupiter and Europa in 2030. Keep a lookout. How about morning planets? This is hard to see. The only planet that's worth seeing in the morning, I think, because Saturn and Mars are too close to the sun, is Mercury. And Mercury, if you had a telescope, might look like this, partly lit up. It goes through phases just like the moon. Mercury in the morning sky, if you want to get up early, I don't know if you have to get up early for work, this is what it looks like at 5:30 in the morning. I keep telling everybody since April of last year, or maybe the year before, that we're overdue for an explosion in this double star T, Corona Borealis, in Corona the Crown. One star orbits the big star, and it's drawing material into a disk of gas, and every so often stuff blows up on that disk and brightens the star 1,600 times from so faint that you need a telescope It's so bright you can see it with your naked eye. The technical term is naked eye. So watch out for that June 25th. All the other predictions so far have been late, have been wrong. This thing blows up every 80 years, but we're overdue. We're waiting. Where is it? Do you want your money back? Sorry, can't get it. We have a meteor shower coming this year, mid April through the end. If you miss the peak, is April 23rd. So you want to stay up late on the 22nd into the 23rd. Look for very fast meteors. This is twice as fast as a hypersonic missile. The zenith is the point. Look straight up, right over your head. Look up. What's that? Zenith. That's a point right overhead. You would count up to 18 meters an hour if and only if you have perfectly dark skies like we get here sometimes at Jenny Jump at UACNJ. I would go out anyway, even if there's only one bright one in an hour, could be worth it. This is debris left over from a comet, a 422-year orbiting comet. Next time it'll be back, it's 2283. Anybody going to be around then? No, I won't. They seem to radiate out from a point, unsurprisingly, called the radiant. Radiating out at one point, but they're traveling in parallel tracks. So why do they seem to meet at one point? Well, have you ever walked along railroad tracks and looked in the distance? Right? They meet. Well, they look like they meet. It's an illusion. And that's near Lyra the Harp. Lyre, Lyre, ancient harp. That's where to look for meteors. Now, question for the audience. Test your brain. What three things? What three things do you need to enjoy the meteor shower? Number one, comfy chair. This woman designed a chair it is impossible to sit in it comfortably. Brilliant. Modest optical equipment. $3,000, no trouble. Everybody, you got that right? Okay, good. And very important, just a few conveniences, maybe some snacks, some insect repellent, a shovel if you're in the wood. No, actually, is any of this true? No. You don't need any of that stuff. What you need is your naked eye, a comfy chair, not that one, and you want to look over a large angle because the meteors go out over the whole sky. Comet. There is a comet that may become bright enough to see, or at least in a telescope, might go to magnitude +3. The higher the number, the fainter the object. So T Corona Borealis is going from +10 brighter to +2. The faintest that we can see, usually our eyes, about +5. A planet like Saturn is about 0 magnitude. Each step is about 2.52. Every 5 steps is 100 times brighter. This thing might go to magnitude 3. It's not giant impressive, but it could be fun to see. So you want to keep a lookout for comet, and this is easy to remember. Repeat after me. C/2025 R3. Wow. I don't know. It was partly discovered by the Pan-STARRS Survey Telescope. So repeat after me. Ready? I don't hear anybody. C/2025 R3. Right, memorize that. I wish they had a better name. Where do we find it? We find it in the morning near Pegasus. What is Pegasus? It's not me holding my arms up. It's a flying horse. It's a big giant square in the sky that we amateur astronomers call, for obvious reasons, the Great Square. And yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning, this thing is going to be near the stars 40 and 41 Pegasi in Pegasus, right by this little white spot to the right of the Great Square. If you want to try to find the comet, it probably reaches the brightest about the end of April. It's not closest to the Earth then. Closest to the sun, the 19th. Yeah, it could be bright. Closest to Earth, different time, on the 26th. How do we get started? We happen to sell, oh, this is shameless. We happen to sell right here planispheres, adjustable star charts. They're cheap. You can get started with binoculars because if you get bored looking at the sky, you can look at birds. You can take the binoculars to a ball game. You can spy on your neighbors. No, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. And I recommend giant binoculars. The price has come way down since the old days when I bought a pair for $200. Now you get them much, much less. Big binoculars with lenses not this usual 7 by 50 millimeter. Try going for 70 millimeters. 50 millimeters, by the way, is about 2 inches. There's good things to read out there. Anybody still read? Raise your hand. Don't be shy. Oh, very good. Bless you, ma'am. Yeah, if you still read, Sky Telescope, Astronomy Magazine, and Space.com are all online. Sky Telescope and Astronomy both are in print for many decades. They also have subscription sites online, and large parts are free. If you forget everything else I've told you tonight, easiest thing to remember, space.com. I don't work for them. They do also have a list of apps for different purposes. If you are an Apple user, Night Sky 11 is nice. If you want to do photography, photo pills, but they review about 9 or more of these apps. I've used Stellarium Mobile. Everything, all these are free. I live in a sky that's so bad, so much light pollution that I can find the North Star planets and very little else. So I hold up Stellarium or Skyview or any one of a couple of dozen free apps, and it shows me what I should be looking at so I could get my telescope lined up. If you have a telescope and you don't know how to use it or are having trouble, bring it here during one of our open sessions any Saturday. We'll work with you and show you how to use it. The amateur astronomers love public visitors, but if you were happen to kick their tripod and knock their telescope out of alignment, you will make an astronomer cry, so please don't do that. I talked about using Stellarium, the free program that's like having a planetarium on your desktop. These are all free. You can go to their website, use their supercomputers. You can download it, install it on any computer, and you can run the free app. And tonight I use these sources, Starwalk, Go-Astronomy, and Space.com to list my events, which unfortunately for you, I'm going to review right now, right? Because you've probably all forgotten everything, right? Good times to see the planet Mercury is now. It's at its greatest distance from the sun because its orbit is so close to the sun, it's frequently too close to see well. But now's a good time in the morning. April 17th, great time to see nebulae. Those are dust and gas clouds. Things like star clusters. April 19th, the comet C/2025 R3, easy to remember. Pan stars. 5 a.m. if you want to get up early. And don't forget the Lyran meteor shower. 22nd, if you can stay up as late as possible, it gets better and better into the morning. If you can't, go out whenever you can. Stay out about an hour if you can and look. And June 25th, please, if T Corona Borealis doesn't blow up, don't blame me. That's the prediction. You can find me at astronomyinmotion.com, where I have free to play with 23 different 3D objects, asteroids, planets, a spaceship. You can turn it with your fingertips. You can use a mouse. You can use a joystick. There's animations. There's artwork. Check it out. All my contact information is at Astronomy in Motion. You've been a very good audience. Don't forget that we are everywhere. Patreon, Discord, YouTube, everywhere. And I'm going to turn things over to Dan and say, you've been a great audience. Thank you very much.
Testing, testing. Okay, I'm back. All right. Okay. Let me get back inside the box. All right. So We're now going to go to our Q&A session, but before Q&A, you have to sit through the safety briefing again because the safety briefing is inescapable. So one thing I forgot to mention before is that we have a porta potty. It's behind you. It has a red light in it, so you know where it is. Um, we have a museum and gift shop, which is open. And this is a state forest, so we ask that you honor the carry in, carry out rules. We don't have any trash collection here, so anything you brought in, please take it out with you. And again, headlights on when we're driving in the park because we don't like getting run over. And keep flashlights pointed at the ground so we don't accidentally blind people. um, and I don't think any scopes are open, but you can go look at the telescopes if you're curious about how they work. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you guys some time to mull over in your brains what questions you want to ask, and I'm gonna start with questions from the online chat. So the first question is there anything specific from the Artemis mission that you are most excited about, Lonnie?
Oh, that's a very good question. I'm just excited by the whole idea of people returning to the moon. And one of the reasons they're doing that is for resources. You will find plenty of fuel and oxygen to breathe at the moon's south pole because we know there's water there, very probably. So this mission is preparing future missions, Artemis included, to finally touch down at the south pole of the moon. I did find that beautiful picture of the Earth fascinating. I really love that.
Mm.
If you go to Astronomy Picture of the Day, apod.nasa.gov, or just look up APOD, Astronomy Picture of the Day. Every day they have a new beautiful picture, and today's is the picture by Wiseman from the Artemis mission. Check it out.
Mm. Okay, do we have any questions here? Way in the back. Any questions in the audience?
I can't see you back there, but I will be listening.
Oh, yes.
Telescope? Can you see the spaceship Artemis with a telescope?
Oh, can you see the spaceship Artemis with a telescope? No, unfortunately, it's too small and too far away. But you can, for instance, the details you can see on a telescope on the moon are many miles across. But no, that's just too small. But that's a good question.
Well, it is now. We could have seen it when it was in orbit,
Right.
but it moves really fast, so it'd be pretty hard to keep it in this telescope.
Right. They can track it, but no, we can't see it.
By orbit, I mean Earth orbit.
There are spacecraft orbiting the moon or Mars that can see tiny details. It's really incredible how good those cameras are.
So the next question from our online questions: Are Lonnie and Jan going to go to NEEF next weekend?
uh, well, I think we had other plans, but we'll have to think about that.
Okay,
NEAF is Near East Astronomy,
Northeast.
Northeast Astronomical Forum, Astronomy Forum.
I will be at NEEF, so if anybody wants to say hi, I'll be there.
They have hundreds of vendors, thousands of pieces of equipment. It's really incredible.
Ken's gonna be there too, so you can see Ken, and we'll be there selling stuff. I've been told I'm a very good telescope salesman. Um, I might have been the person who told myself that. Do we have any questions in the crowd?
Is it possible to see the Milky Way through the telescope?
Oh, yeah. Is it possible to see the Milky Way through a telescope? You don't need a telescope. Better with binoculars if you want to see individual stars, but all you need is your naked eye. Because here in this state forest, there's no lights. During the summer, especially, or in the winter, Milky Way goes from horizon to horizon all the way across the sky. It's incredible. And it's so dark here sometimes you can actually see nebulae, places where stars are forming. There is in the summer in Sagittarius the Archer. If you look in that direction, I once saw a little fuzzy cloud, part of the Milky Way. It was the Lagoon Nebula, where stars are forming and planets. It was amazing. I saw it with my naked eye.
So, Lonnie, if you don't mind adding a little something there. So, a really interesting thing about the Milky Way, for human beings have known about the Milky Way throughout human history. In Africa, it's known as the backbone of night. In India, it's called Akash Ganga, which means the sky river. But people like always wondered like what is it, and it actually turns out, so when Galileo first pointed his telescope at the Milky Way, that it turns out you actually not only can you do not need a telescope to see the Milky Way, you can't see the Milky Way through a telescope. Like when he looked through his telescope at the Milky Way, all he saw was stars, because that's all it is. It's just stars and nebulas and the other like gas and dust that make up our galaxy. But basically, when you look at like when you magnify it, there's all of that like whiteness and fluffiness just sort of goes away because it is just our galaxy. It's just the galaxy in which we live. Do we have any other questions out here?
Yeah, try that sometime. If you have binoculars, look at it and you'll see it'll kind of disappear. You won't see a mist anymore. Good point, Dan.
Microphone. Hello. Can you hear me now? Hello. Yeah, I thought I saw something I saw something today on. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Stephen Burns. Does like space weather and stuff, but I thought he was talking about 4/4/26 today, and that's really psyched me out when I just signed up to come over and visit, and and so I was hoping maybe somebody here knew something about this. Is it just basically a comet? Boy, don't ask me the name or number of it, but like this afternoon, I think it was entering the corona.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
there was
There's right that.
discussion about is it going
Yeah, the
through,
comet is close to the
It
sun.
was big, like it made it in, I guess.
Yeah, it's not something that we can see because it's so close to the sun.
We call that a sundiver comet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there was a comet that recently came very close to the sun.
Right, sun grazer. Good point.
It's cool, right? Okay, so next question: will we be able to see the transit of the Artemis capsule over the moon?
Transit over the moon, but well, not with any equipment that any of us have.
Yeah, it's way too small.
Yeah.
Way too small. Certainly when it's up that far up. Any more questions?
Everybody's still unfrozen.
I think people want to get inside. Okay, so just again, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It's been a wonderful night with you. I'm sorry that we can't control the weather. We're still working on that. We do a lot of science, but the weather machine is currently out of order. But if you come to NEAF next week, well, we have a superstition in the hobby that anytime somebody buys a new telescope, it gets cloudy. So if you come to NEAF next week and you can buy a bunch of new telescopes, because I'm sure people will be doing that, and you can make it cloudy for the entire tri-state area.
Great.
So yeah, we want to extend our thanks to Misadventures in Astro for donating to our fundraiser to build Midkiff Observatory. A reminder, we doing a fundraiser, and you can get some limited edition UAC and GA merch for what will be the largest telescope up here at the observatory. It's going to be out on the lawn over there. So yeah, thanks again for coming, everybody, and on your way down the hill, watch out for deer. Again, headlights. If you have extra headlights, like off-road lights, you're allowed to use them because we're in a state park. Turn them off when you get on the highway, please.
Very good. Thank you, everybody.
Good night, everybody.